So if you're one of those dirt divas that's just too damn good for overlanding and you need a place to put your 37-inch tire in the back of your GMC Canyon, this video is for you. So in today's video, we're gonna, hey, I don't pay you guys $5 an hour for nothing, get back to work. So on a real note, today's video we're gonna go over step by step how to build out one of our tire carrier bed racks. These are one of our newer items. This one in particular holds up to a 37-inch tall tire. It comes with a couple different options. Just like before, we have pinch brackets, standard brackets, or a Nissan brackets. You'll select that at checkout for which truck that you have. You also have the option between a ratchet strap style or a tire carrier spindle. We're not gonna go too in depth with that. Pretty much one bolts your tire down, one you use ratchet straps to tie it down. Today's video, we're just gonna really go over the basics, nitty gritty of actually assembling it. So once you get your box, unbox it and lay it all out. Make sure UPS hasn't blown your package up and you have all your parts. You're gonna have 4 cross tubes, 4 upright tubes, 2 molly panel sides, 4 dimple dyed pieces for your forward upright, your base plate, and then your main bar. For building this out, you don't need a whole lot of tools, but it's always good to have an angle grinder. Having a couple 2x2 cross tubes to set up on top of your bed rails. We'll go over that a little bit more in the rest of the video. Of course, a welder, welding hood, safety equipment, beverage of your choice. That's one of the necessities. Let's get into this build. All right, so now we're gonna lay everything out on the truck. Fair warning, just like the last rack, I've never actually built one of these on a truck.
What an idiot!
We're kind of fortunate in the shop to have jig tables and jigs. A lot of stuff's designed in 3D beforehand, so bear with me. All right, step 1, put your base plate up on your top. We're gonna use our highly dialed micrometers to measure from his bed pocket to the bed pocket. Making sure it's square is important. So we don't wanna 3-finger it, look at it with your eyes, something like that. Come on in here, Jake, give me a hand real quick. We just so happen to have some 2x2 rock sliders to put on right here to help us jig this thing together. And like I said before, we are learning because I've never built one on a truck before.
Are you serious?
So now we're gonna put our lower cross tubes into these. Maybe. God damn it. Hopefully yours doesn't arrive like this. Damn $5 an hour employees. Hopefully the state of California doesn't bust me because that's not what they're supposed to make.
Clean the nipple. Clean the nipple.
Oh, she slides in smooth now.
That's what she said.
Now we have our base structure. Jake, will you line the side of this up with the hole? Right there's good. This one too.
Who's your daddy?
Perfect, perfect. Base plate. Like I said before, we haven't built one of these on a truck before. So the upright piece right here is you're gonna wanna line it up with the end of just about the end of that. You just wanna have enough room to get a weld there and there. And we're just kind of roughly assembling it right now so that we can kind of figure out exactly where all the tubes need to go. I am going to clamp this to our 2x2 and hope and pray that it works out right. This one is definitely not as polished. Straighter than me. All right, so we had to start over because we forgot our cross tubes. Super professional. So where we're at right now is we're getting everything lined up. So you can use your upright pieces to actually measure and get everything right. You want to get your gaps good here, your gaps good here, and your gaps good over there. All right, so we forgot to put a piece in, and easiest way is to climb in. You thought I was gonna knock something down. Cross tubes. Nothing worse than getting it all together and forgetting that you put your cross tubes in. Trust me, I know what. All right, now that our cross tubes are in,
2 hours later.
now, cross tube number 2, finally, we thought that would be one of the first steps, but we're not very good at this. Upright piece for that. Good thing the truck's dented on that side. So just a fair warning, we're not beating up one of our customers' trucks. This is my employee Ben's truck. He already smashed it the other day, so we're good. Our sweet Molly panels, HMF logo. And just like before, you always find straps in the back of people's trucks. It's kind of magic, they're always there. We're gonna start measuring and making sure we're good. That's looking good, that's looking good. You measure with a hammer, not a tape measure.
Two hours later.
So now we're gonna wrap a ratchet strap or a cam buckle around the top, just to kind of squeeze everything together. All right, go. See, we don't make this up. I'm really just using the ratchet straps that are in the back of the truck we're using.
Brad got it.
So, in the last video we used beer box spacers to protect the truck. We're putting a little piece of aluminum, use some sheet metal, or use something under there. This one's gonna need to be welded out on the truck a whole lot more. So we're trying to protect his plastic bedsides. If you have metal bedsides, you're just gonna burn your paint that's gonna be hidden anyway, so just rock it. Say what? All right, so we're getting ready to start tacking it. We're getting it all aligned, and I wanna put a tack on all 4 corners on the down tube to the base plate first, because every time we move it and try to square it, it's getting a little crooked. So we're gonna start with some tacking. So safety first, we're protecting the vehicle with the death blanket. If you've ever had fiberglass in your arms, it's nothing compared to a fiberglass welding blanket. I've put my belly on actual fiberglass insulation before. This is way worse. So the base plates actually have alignment holes. They're just round holes, but if you align the side of your tube up with that, and then the end of your tube up with that, everything should come into place and work out perfect for you. It's amazing how much better stuff works once you actually start doing it the right way. Can I get a palette cleanse real quick? All right, so now that we have everything all aligned, we got about a 1/4 inch gap on all of these. Make sure you're aligned side to side. These plates are kind of floppy before you actually start welding them in. Push them in and get a nice little tack from the back side. Pro tip, if you weld your molly panels and your flat plates from the back side, it makes your rack look that much better. People actually question it thinking your rack isn't welded together. So now we're gonna start the disassembly so we can go weld it out on the table. Farm boys! You guys lift this thing off?
Oh yeah. Hey.
Slipped! That's no good, don't look at that. All right, so these ones on the outside, they seem like they're gonna be one of the easiest welds, but just like on the last video with the bed rack, pardon me, these welds are just hard for some reason. I don't know why. I can weld a roll cage upside down, like laying down in there, and it turns out great. For some reason, this weld just, it's hard. I don't know why. Oh, that tack's ugly.
Oh, shit, like.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Perfect. Farm boy. Thank you, sir. So, if you Dirt Divas think this is taking too long for us to build, you should probably just pay us to build it. It's so hard building it like this. I believe we charge about $200, $250 for us to build it out on the jig. But it is a good project to learn some welding techniques. I wouldn't attempt this unless you're a skilled welder. I try to think myself as a skilled welder, but this is kicking my ass, I won't lie. So once you have it all welded together, we can now pull our 2x2 jig pieces out. All right, so now that you have it all welded together, it's hot. Now that you have it all welded together, call in your Dirt Divas to help you put it on. Make sure it fits before powder coat. Like an idiot. So, since these GMC Canyons can fit 37 stock, we felt this BFG crawler was the best option to put up in the rack. They ain't going nowhere.
Frightening crash.
All right, so that's a wrap on our do-it-yourself tire carrier bed rack. This thing, she's ready to go. Hey, you never paid me! All right, so that's a wrap on our do-it-yourself tire carrier bed rack. Remember, this is a do-it-at-your-own-risk project. Thank you for watching, and catch us on our next video.